Welcome back to the final hour of A Song of Tara, episode 46. And this means that we actually made it to hour 3 this week as opposed to last week.
Yeah.
You are moving down through England towards London.
Yes.
Because, you have a date with destiny.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
Who's she? Or he?
Good question. But you're heading down there in order to get to grips with Michael Blackwell.
Yes.
We have a bone to pick with a bastard.
Yes, you do, in fact, have a bone
And
to
his-
pick with a bastard.
And his stupid thingy.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, the question, of course, is, are you going, pretty much at a direct beeline? Do you try to contact anyone along the way? What do you do?
Oh.
We probably don't contact anyone.
No.
That will kind of spoil the element of surprise, I think.
That would spoil the surprise.
Yep.
I think, on the other hand, Taran will ask... what's his face? I forgot his face. Liam!
Yes.
If it would be okay for her to try find out how, his buildings look like.
Yes, assuming that you can do so without leaving any fingerprints.
I can set up a completely new set of shit. Sure.
Good.
And Finna will actually try and track the guy with the pulse of the prey.
Yes. Well, you do get he is definitely in the London area, no question.
Okay,
And
then
would
I'm
you,
just not gonna roll.
Fenna, would you mind doing so with Rory and who else?
Janet's mother.
Yes, and
This is for Rory.
Yep.
10. Janet's mom.
what's her name? Gina something.
Masterson.
Yes.
Yeah, she was heading toward Liverpool, so she might be over here too.
Yep.
Well,
No idea where Gina is, but the others are all in London.
Okay.
London calling.
And what about your parents?
I'm going to roll against curiosity first.
Why?
Yeah, okay, she is curious enough to actually, because
Yeah.
she is kind of still.
That, I think, is a bot.
She's in a position where, yes, it is. So I am going to roll for it. But as to the why I would roll against curiosity, is that she prefers the situation kind of where her parents are like Schrodinger's cat. Rather, they could be either dead or alive, so they might be alive. But checking, she might find out that they're dead.
Yes.
Oh, right. But again, you didn't actually know that Rory was dead before you saw his grave. We followed his ping all the way to a grave, and he has been dead since he was 4.
Well, rolling for the parents. Well, they don't. Wait a second. What is it that I'm rolling against? Because.
Wits.
Okay, it's wits and stealth, yeah, so there's a reason to.
How good are your parents at hiding?
I don't think my parents are hiding. I'm not.
No, but good. How good are they?
Do I have a reason to roll?
Well, they could be
Whatever.
hiding because they ran away.
This is for mommy. And this is for dad.
Oh,
They are both in London.
Mm.
Okay, Finny, you may need to try again when we get to London. It's a big city, and we need to know if they're all gathered in one place or they're scattered throughout the city.
Yeah.
should I roll a pewter thing to not mess up?
Huh?
Yep. You should certainly give me a roll, Fenna.
Yeah, okay. This is gonna be fun.
Yep.
How many dice do I have again? Sorry, it is so rare that we remember this shit.
That is so true.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, you guys aren't fucked.
What?
I said you guys aren't fucked.
No, you aren't fucked. No.
You let someone who has a tendency to slip sideways be your driver.
Oh.
And tensions are rising.
Well, I'm in the other car, so...
Yeah.
It would be Taran and Tally, and Taran is currently trying to figure out about the technological stuff and trying not to leave a trace of it.
Yeah, that 8 right there is what saved you because the difficulty is 7.
So, Fenna, where did Fenna go? Tally, we have a problem. Where did Fenna go? I believe she disappeared.
Houston, we have a problem.
Yep.
All right, you are you do over the next hours and hours and hours. Obviously, you do make your way down towards London.
I think actually that in theory I should roll every time Fenna stalls the car at an intersection.
Yeah, in theory.
Yeah.
In theory, yes.
I mean, everyone here with a license has been there.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
What about in practice, though?
Here's the thing. It is a 3-hour and 41 minutes drive from Manchester to London. This is not taking into consideration the state of British roads in the world of darkness. It's also not taking into account the fact that you have a very inexperienced driver, that you have that you probably do need to stop for something to eat along the way at least, that sort of thing. So I'm going to make a flat ruling here and say that from when you land and until you reach the outskirts of London, not inner city London, but the outskirts of London, it's going to be 5 hours.
Yes. Makes sense.
And then boom, 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 boom. Yeah, and then of course getting into London is going to be a lot more complicated than that. It's again the world of darkness is yeah. Mm-hmm. But you are in fact there. You can see the lights of London in front of you, and of course the traffic is extremely heavy.
Why didn't we pick a better time to drive?
I think Taran calls Liam.
Yep.
And asks if they could find a place to meet up and talk about what they'll do now that we've actually reached London.
Yes.
Lead the way.
Well, Liam then picks the nearest, I don't know, cafeteria or whatever.
Yeah, roadside diner. Yeah.
It's not like he's used to driving in London or near London.
No.
But any place
the
you know where
nearest,
you're allowed to stop.
Yep. And then they stop there and their team huddle thing.
Yes. Yes.
You're a really good driver, Fenna.
Thank you. Let's not call beginner's luck. I'm just also.
I hope not. I hope not.
Oh, you did well. Oh, that's good. Anyway.
I just hope that clutch isn't dead.
I only kissed the front screen twice. I think it's okay.
Yeah. Well, you did well. You kept up with our car, so it's good.
You also did well, Liam.
Thank you. I will say though that
yeah, you didn't get us killed this time.
I'm a bit of I'm more experienced than Fenna. I know I didn't get us killed this time.
You can teach me.
I can. That will be my pleasure. But that's a topic for another day.
Gosh.
We have a Michael Blackwell to kill. And if we are to maintain any kind of element of surprise, we need to go straight for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that means...
knowing something about the building he's in would also help.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This means we'll be counting on you, Fenna, to be able to pinpoint him. And...
Roger.
And then we're basically beelining toward him. As soon as we know the building he's in, we know the layout. If Taryn, if you can somehow get a hold of the layout of his building.
I will try. Once we get closer, I can see the building, and it will be easier to find the right place to search.
And so here's also the thing. I don't know if you...
Cool picture.
Yeah, it really is. I don't know if you remember this, but I asked Kat if she could look into some way for us to kill Michael Blackwell and his cronies.
You mean the Nafandi?
Yeah. Kill them for good, that is. I haven't talked to Kat since then, so... we're just going to have to hope for the best, really.
Well, he's not the only one. I mean, wasn't it something in the story that they were stronger together? If we don't get him now, he might come back later, but if we find out on the others what actually kills them for good, it might help once he comes back.
Yeah.
But how will we know that they've been killed for good if they stay dead for 1,000 years?
We won't.
We won't.
And that's why I'd hoped that Kat had any info on that, but I'm not sure it's a good idea to contact her at this point.
Probably not.
Maybe if we get Blackwell and it shows up that Billington, Rory, what's his face, has fled, that we have a chance to get him later.
Yeah.
If they're not in the same place.
And if they are, we'll have to hope that we have what it takes.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, well that's our plan then. Get into London proper and have Fenna see if she can find where he's located. Then go say hi. What did you say, Chris?
Hi and bye.
Hi and bye indeed. Does anyone have anything to add? Now is the time to do so.
I just want to point out that pinpointing position is going to be difficult. I can tell direction, but not distance.
Sure, I realize that, but still, you are our best shot at getting a direction for him, and we can match that with any buildings he owns that we know. Yeah.
Karen looks up what buildings the Blackwells actually owns.
Chris, you were about to say.
So I will ask this. We can't rely on a specific strategy for attacking, but do you have any general sort of tactics you would advise us as Alpha? This is going to be a big fight.
Yes, it is. And I think in this case it's a matter of cutting off the head of the snake. We go straight for Michael Blackwell. We don't let anything distract us. And we focus our efforts on him.
Okay, so let's run the hypothetical that something gets thrown our way to distract us that we can't just simply push past or get out of the way of.
Right. Well, then we'll have to deal with it, and I suggest then that we do so as a pact to remove that obstacle as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
If something comes in our way that we can't just ignore, then we take it out as a single unit. We focus on that distraction, on that obstacle. We destroy it, and then we move toward Michael Blackwell once more.
Okay. I trust
we
your
are
judgment.
doing our best to beeline toward him.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it? Of course. All right.
So
I think someone was going to say something before or just after I said something.
Well, Liam looks around at everyone to see if there's anything.
Taryn nods and takes the safety of her gun. Let's go murder someone.
A word of advice, Taryn.
Mm-hmm.
Don't take the safety off your gun until you actually need to use it.
I know.
Then put it back on, you stupid.
Yes.
I know.
Good. Anyway, are we all ready?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Well, you move further into London itself.
Yes.
London is one of the primary cities of the world of darkness.
Mm.
It is one of the largest, most supernaturally inclined cities anywhere in the world. There is basically there are no kinds of supernaturals you won't find here. And driving into the city, you have a very clear sense. It's all around you at all times. You have this weird sense of foreboding.
Do you think we'll run into Jack the Ripper if we enter the Umbra?
Would actually be cool.
I believe that Jack the Ripper was in fact a Fomori in the World of Darkness.
Delightful.
Makes sense.
So not in the Umbra.
No. So obviously the Liffey was a very, very, very sick spirit due to the pollution in the river. What's the Thames going to look like?
The Thames is dead.
Oh God. That's
Imagine
how bad it is.
the Ganges, or however you pronounce it in India.
The Ganges, yes.
Yes, the Ganges.
Yes, that must be dead.
It's undead that's been resurrected now.
The Thames is a river of disease-ridden sludge. If you look at it in the Umbra, it is filthy.
Mm-hmm. as if we pass by it and we pass by it long enough to get a good look, I think Tally will actually comment and to say, "You know something, Matthew? Now I think I really do understand you."
If that happened to Liffy, I think my heart would die. Oh my god.
Your heart, my heart. The Sept, Dublin. A lot of things would probably die.
Yeah.
Gives you an idea of the thrill ride we're in for while we're in London.
Yeah. I say let's deal with Michael Blackwell and his allies, and let's then get the hell out of here.
Yes.
In the background, it sounds like someone's either rustling a bag or ripping Velcro.
Ripping Velcro.
Anyway,
Maybe
there
you're
is...
ripping a Velcro bag.
You do have one address very clearly available to you. You do realize that he has an address in Covent Garden, Macklin Street in Covent Garden, which is let's just call it upmarket, shall we? This is the address that he had sent the letter to Rory from.
That would be Blackwell Industries headquarters, then.
It would.
Which time of day is it right now?
It is early evening.
Okay.
Or late. Sorry, no, late afternoon. It's getting up on dinner time. By the time you actually get into London, it will have just gotten dark.
What is the difference between late afternoon and early evening?
What side of dinner you're on, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Liam looks to Taran and asks, "So, did you find out anything about the layout of this place?"
And Taran can unfortunately come back and say that no, she didn't.
Okay.
There is nothing on this anywhere. It has been completely scrubbed from the internet.
Right, then it's frontal assault. So we do have the element of surprise, which means that we can expect, with some certainty at least, to find him there, and we can expect him to, I don't know if he's there, to be in his office or somewhere he would normally operate or do his business from. So I think that's our best bet. As soon as we get into the building, look for any indications of director's floor, whatever else they call it in the building.
Yeah.
But also follow Fenna's nose, because
Yes.
if that starts going up, then we just go up on it.
Yes, and I was about to say just that.
Would also be.
Do we
Depend.
try for stealth or just rushing?
Stealth would be a good idea.
I think so. Yes.
The Umbra is probably looked.
Also tripped.
I think the Umbra is. I don't think that's a good idea to go through the Umbra
No.
at this point.
No, he probably have it watched. He's
Yes.
not stupid, sadly.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Let's try for the Umbra at
No,
the
Fenna,
Black Spiral Dance's hideout. What could go wrong?
lots of things, everything. But yes, I stealth for as long as we can,
Yep.
and then we rush.
All right. Well, when you get to the address in question, you realize, as I said, it's Covent Garden. It is rather upmarket. It is not a quiet back street or anything of the sort. There are lots and lots of people around, even this time of the day. There is the office building itself. When you look at it, looks from the outside, obviously, looks completely innocuous. It looks like a completely ordinary, what's it called, office building. Any mortal who passes by and looks at it would probably just see a rather classy, if slightly sterile sort of steel and glass construction, with as I said, there are people in the foyer, but there are no what is it called? There are no guests in there at this time. I mean, business hours are over.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay. I imagine we're sitting in the cars across the street or something.
Yes, probably.
And Liam checks with Fenna to see if she can sense his presence in the building.
She can't. He's not there.
Can she sense him at all?
At the moment.
I will roll.
Give me a roll, yes.
Yes, just so you don't have to commit to anything, like admitting that he is hiding or isn't. Why do I keep forgetting what I have to roll for things? Okay, it's perception based. Boom. Yeah, no, unless he really is.
No, you have no idea where he is.
So he is hiding.
Well, that doesn't mean he isn't in the building.
This is true. He could be. He could be in the building and hiding.
It does put us in an awkward position, because if we go in and we expose ourselves, that ruins the element of surprise. And if he's not in there, yeah.
I'll try someone else. Trying my good old friend Rory.
For Rory? Yes.
Yep.
He is, in fact, in there.
Okay.
Do I have an idea of which floor he is on?
Somewhere up. It's kind of hard to say exactly what floor. There are quite a lot of. He's upwards, yes. But quite a lot of floors in this building, so.
Rory's there.
Okay, Rory's there. Okay. So remind me, out of game, the person who sent us a text from London, signing it an old friend or something.
Yes.
We don't have that number, do we?
No.
Well, and Fenna, you're not sensing Michael Blackwell anywhere else in London?
No, I can't tell where he is.
Well, I suppose do or die then.
You know, if I can't sense where he is, it probably means he is actively hiding, which might mean that we don't have as much of an upper hand as we may think we do.
Well, it may just be standard procedure for him to hide his...
Yeah, but...
But yes, I agree. Well, let's see if we can't find him or Rory in here.
Okay. So you go in?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, well, there is a receptionist, obviously, who looks at this fairly sizable group of people who arrive.
Oh, we're going the direct approach, are we?
Yes.
That seems stupid.
Well, he did ask.
I mean, did he?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, fair enough. Well,
If you want, if Tally has some other idea, then I'm all ears.
well, I suppose there's no other way in, really. But okay. Okay,
Right.
let's see how this goes.
So you go in the front door, and as I said, there's a receptionist who spots you and who turns to face you and says, "Well, welcome to Blackwell Industries. This is outside of business hours, but I could possibly arrange for you to get a meeting with whoever it is you're looking for at the earliest opportunity."
We're looking for Mr. Blackwell. Is he in?
No.
Oh.
He's unfortunately he hasn't been in all day.
Oh, do you know where we might be able to find him?
I'm sorry, but I'm not at liberty to discuss Mr. Blackwell's personal affairs.
That's a shame. Oh well. Liam begins. I think. Liam looks around. Is there any indication of where the? Is there any sign indicating the director's floor, for instance?
Well, there's a big what's it called? There's a big sign in the middle of the basically maybe 10 meters from where you're standing with a sort of a not a layout of the building. There's no map of the building, but there's a list of this is what you will find on floor 48. And not necessarily floor 48, but you get my drift. You get my drift.
Yes. Well, that's a shame. We're kind of hoping to catch up with an old friend of ours.
Oh, you're personal friends of Mr. Blackwell's. Well,
yeah.
In that case, I'm sure if you came by tomorrow, maybe he would be. I'm not sure why he was not in today, but.
He's a busy man.
I could leave a message if there's a name I can.
No, that would kind of ruin the surprise, wouldn't it?
Oh well, that is true, of course.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be a surprise visit, yes.
Yes.
Okay, well, no problem.
Well, you've been most helpful. Liam says
and
makes to leave the building.
Yes.
Well, there goes the element of surprise.
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
So you leave again?
Yes.
All right.
Okay. And once they're on the outside, the street outside, he moves away so that this receptionist, can't see them from where she's standing or sitting or whatever.
Yes.
Okay. So, we know that according to this receptionist, Michael Blackwell is not in the building. She's the only one who spotted us. Or rather, interacted with us. So we still have an element of surprise, I think. Do we proceed to find so what you're typing is in chat, is that in game or?
Can't hear you.
Hey.
I go to the loo, and what do you all decide to go do? Hello, is Blackwell home?
Yep. See, this is why you need to hold it in.
I would go ring his doorbell and ask if he wants to come out.
She did say.
So the question now is, guys, what do you suggest we do now? We go for Rory, or do we not go for Rory?
Maybe he is at home.
Do we know where his home is?
No, but he is famous, so maybe he is easy to find.
Yes. Taran, can you see if you can?
According to what you found earlier, Taran, he's got numerous properties in the Dublin area, or London area, sorry. Yep.
Lady Storyteller.
Yes.
2 rolls to locate Finn's parents.
Yes. And those are the ones?
Yes.
All right, yeah. They are both in the building.
Finna wants to go in the building, very clearly.
She should tell the others why.
Yeah. I want to go for Rory. My parents are in there. Oh, are they in roughly the same direction that Rory was?
Yes, they are. Not exactly, but roughly.
No,
yeah.
roughly, yeah.
Right.
Roughly, yes.
Well,
No matter what we do after tonight, we won't have any element of surprise.
no. And we won't be able to find Michael Blackwell. I think there are too many places he could be. It'll be like finding a needle in a haystack at this point. So I agree with Finn. We go after Rory. Any objections?
Nope.
Good. Then we go in. We go fast. We go hard, and we don't stop for anything.
Then what about the back door? The fire escape. It's easier to go up through the building through that.
Yes, but it'll probably be there will probably be some kind of security. Can you check that out and fast, please?
On it.
Well, again, you have absolutely no idea if there even is a fire escape.
Nope.
No, I'm just trying to hack the system. There's a big difference.
Yes, the point being, of course, that there is no layout of this place that you can find anywhere.
That's not what I want.
No, but you mentioned how about going up the back, the fire escape. That's explicitly what it is I'm referring to here.
Well, she doesn't have to know that there's one to assume that there's one.
No, I know that. I'm just letting you guys know that.
Yes.
It's information that you don't actually have. That's all I'm saying.
That is why I'm trying to hack their system.
Yes, you are trying to get into their system, and you run into some seriously nasty shit. I need a roll from you, and it's difficulty 7, and you need to get 3 successes.
Luckily, mine is 2 lower.
Yeah, that's counted.
Ooh, 3 10s!
And an 8, you got 4 successes.
And an 8!
Yeah, it's I had included the 2 lower difficulty.
Oh, nice.
Alright.
Still.
So, I should actually get a specialty in computers. I have 4 dots in it now.
Yeah.
You
do get
and
it.
Science. And
You do get into the system enough to realize that this place is protected by all manner of
shit,
superhuman shit, supernatural nastiness. You can only skim the surface even with a roll like that because it requires a direct interface, which you don't have, in order to get more detailed information. And by direct interface, I mean DNA interface.
Okay. I can get that once I chop off a hand and use that. Not my own, one of theirs. But yeah.
One of theirs, yes. And the thing is that what you do realize is that it seems like every single security person in that building is, well, not human would be the way to put it. quite a few of the people working there are perfectly ordinary people, but security is handled by, at minimum, Fomori, and probably worse than that as well.
Well, they sort of have to if Michael Blackwell is their,
Yeah.
boss.
Yeah.
With so many werewolves and other shit going in and out, normal people can't really deal.
You also realize that there is that the very computer systems and in fact the building itself is oozing with bane infestations.
Of course it is.
Taryn makes a very unamused sound, the typical.
Yeah.
And looks at the others. So he was the Sept Alpha, right? She looks at the others. Michael Blackwell is the Sept Alpha, isn't he?
Possibly. I don't
remember.
Should be, yeah.
Because if he isn't, and there is an actual other Guru Sept in here, they've never seen the biggest fucking most disgusting rat's nest ever. This place is horrid.
Oh, you like rats, right?
Not this kind of bane rats and Fomori shits and ew, and I'm pretty sure this is probably just as pretty as the pretty little mansion.
One more reason to get a move on.
I can barely get through to anything. It's all DNA things.
Right.
But there are very few real people working there.
So what? It's all computers?
It's all Fomori and Black Spiral dancers, I assume.
So by real people you mean humans in the human sense?
Yeah, it's all supernaturals, and they're not the good kind. So,
what to do?
See, I didn't know that we had stopped counting supernaturals as people.
I don't count Fomori as being people. I'm pretty much sure that they have all the people cut out of them.
Taryn, can you see, with the access you do have, if the receptionist has left any kind of note in the system about us, and if there are any cameras who recorded us?
Well, if the receptionist, she might not have as big a thing. I can check. I check.
She hasn't. I mean, you did say that you wanted it to be a surprise, and apparently she's believed that. She hasn't left any message that you were there.
Good.
What about surveillance?
Yes, there's definitely surveillance, and you can't access that without direct interface.
Well, there is surveillance, so if they're looking at surveillance cameras right now, they have seen us.
Fuck. Okay.
But on the other hand, if they do truly believe we're dead, then they wouldn't actually look, because why?
Okay,
Anyway.
so we have two options now, and we need to decide quickly. We can either go up and find Rory, or we can see if we can find. We still have a few hours until, some hours actually, until morning, and he would get into his office. So we can see we have the night ahead of us. We can see if we can find him elsewhere in the town, the city.
I say go with this first. If we can get in there and get the DNA shit, we can also delete that it was us. And then we might buy time to actually find Michael and murder him.
Right.
Besides, we can't leave Fenner's parents up there with that bastard.
Mm-mm.
Right, in we go then.
Loud and fast.
Or
Loud and fast. I believe the Americans use a term shock and awe. That's what we're going to do as well.
So what did you say, Hilla?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Can I see if the receptionist is an icky thing?
From the as I said before, there are lots of people working in there who are not. The people who are icky are primarily the security
ones on the
personnel.
higher floors and stuff.
Higher floors and security personnel.
Okay, so she might not actually be.
Yes.
Did I find out if there were a back entrance we could rip open so we don't have to go through her?
No.
Well, there's a decent chance that if we go in Krino, she'll suffer from delirium and just faint.
Yes.
Obviously.
I am going
Along with the about 450 people in the street outside, it is a glass facade building.
I'm going to change my tracking targets back to Rory. I'm assuming I should roll for that again.
Yes.
Okay. Well, if we're not going in Krynos or any other kind of Garou form, then we won't stand a chance in there.
No, I'm just pointing it out.
It's very true. It's very true.
We could go around the building and see if there is another entrance.
Yes.
There is also the going in there and getting far enough away from the windows that we won't scare the shit out of everyone outside.
Yes. There absolutely is.
Banging going on in the background.
Sorry, I think that's the table giving a little.
Right. So, what is your decision?
Well, dear storyteller, it seems we're going in loud and fast.
You are going in shock and awe, all right?
Yes.
So you're pulling weapons and barging in the front door, or are you going in the front door in Krynos, or what are you doing? Just give me details, please. Give me details.
Out of game, what do people suggest we do?
Well, Taryn did suggest we walked around, see if there were another entrance.
Yeah.
Say, running a window in the back of the building.
I do agree with looking for.
Yes.
There always
we
needs to
can
be a fire escape.
Yes.
Yeah, we if we don't find one, we can always return to the front.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there has to be fire exits in buildings like this, otherwise it wouldn't be standing here right now.
Nope.
Well, that's according to our rules and logic, because we have things like health and safety acts in this world. This is World of Darkness.
As I see it, either they are much more lax in the World of Darkness or much more anal.
I'd say I'd say that in World of Darkness, health and safety is a punchline, not a standard.
I like the idea of the world of it's that they are either more lax or more anal. I like that take on it. In any case,
maybe it's World of Darkness because we're already up where the sun doesn't shine.
What you yeah, without a paddle. When you get back there, you realize that there is a fire escape. However, it's only for show. It doesn't actually connect to anything. It doesn't actually connect to anything. It's a staircase going up a blank wall. There are no doors, no windows that anybody could get onto this fire escape from.
Once again,
I'm reminded of a song I once heard. When he was a rich man, he wanted a staircase going nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Just for show.
Oh, he has that, so... Yeah. Okay, no fire escape, no easy side entrance in.
Nope.
No windows that are cracked open.
Nope.
I suspect, fellow players, that we are being gently but deliberately bottlenecked here. So I suggest we make hay and do this thing.
Yes.
If we're
bottlenecked,
perhaps the common census should see if there's anything there.
Probably.
Yes.
Nudge, say no more, say no more.
Well, I'm not one of them.
Common sense
I have common sense.
I do
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Common sense definitely and absolutely says that attacking a building in Covent Garden in any way, shape, or form is lunacy. On the other hand, you are werewolves.
We are werewolves, so our common sense, I reckon, would apply to us as werewolves.
Not only
as-
that, but lunacy is pretty much par for the course, isn't it?
Lunacy.
Yeah, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's a job description.
Right.
Requirement.
So at this point, I think it's guns blazing.
Yes. So you
I'm
Bart-
going to be
Yes.
the boring one and say that we are almost at the end of the hour, so maybe that should be taken next time.
I know. But we have enough time for a few opening rounds of okay, so you guys go back around to the front
Yes.
and get your weapons out, and do you?
Well, is that what we do, or do we get them out when we are inside, or what do we do?
We draw weapons when we're in the foyer of the place, the entry hall or whatever it's called.
Yes.
Then I suggest that we just continue until we no longer can see the windows. Mrs. Receptionist will probably follow us all the way, and then we go Reno's.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we're not supposed to go back there after working hours.
In fact, that is pretty close to what happens. You go back inside, and she goes. She smiles when you enter because she at first she clearly thinks, oh, maybe you forgot something, or something of the sort, and then she realizes that you guys are basically walking in through the reception area, and you have and she follows you. This excuse me. I mean, we're closed, and so on, and you get through the first couple of doors outside of the reception area, and at that point, nobody from the outside would be able to see you.
Krinos.
Yep.
Krinos.
Yeah, Krinos, and yes, she keels over pretty instantly.
You're not allowed back here.
I think I've.
Sorry, go on, please.
Yes, just as a matter of practicality, presuming that the guns we've got aren't necessarily meant to fit Krinos' hands.
They're not.
I probably Tally will probably we'll probably grip it by its body rather than its handle and hold it in one claw, just so that he can hold it.
Yeah.
Obviously, because he doesn't want to lose another sawn off without having used it again.
I think right before they turn into Krinos, Taryn turns and looks at her and says, "You really chose the wrong man to work for."
Yeah.
Yeah, and her response to that is, "What do you mean?"
Right.
And of course, the moment
how long does it take to change into Krinos? Like
it's almost instantaneous if you
in that case
if you use rage. If you roll for it, it takes the equivalent of as many rounds as it takes for you to get to that
necessary successes.
Yes.
So that means that I would have to spend rage to keep my gun in a cool way, which would be throwing it up in the air and catching it after changing. I'm not going to do that.
Aria Taryn, then it just...
So something happens the moment we turn.
Yes. The moment you turn, and she keels over and goes all flaccid on the ground because basically she's not there. The moment that happens, the lights in the hallway that you stand in go out, all of them.
Oh God, I'm getting Hereticus flashbacks.
And you hear a tut-tut-tutting over the intercom.
Of course we do.
And this is very clearly Rory. And he says, "I knew you were here the moment you walked through the front door. I thought you guys were dead. I'm very happy that you're not. I prefer to kill you myself.
Oh no, we're back from the graves to haunt your sorry ass.
And we'll stop there until next time. Because I am that big of a creep. And that leaves us lots and lots and lots of time next week when we do our double session to get this taken care of.
And that also leaves us with an opportunity to get our specialties nicked down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because a few of us have to pick those.
So, you've spent a lot of XP today. Lots of it was downtime and planning and so on, of course. So I'll give you 2 XP for today. And then we shall see you next time for more of this interesting caper going up through Blackwell Industries and
Yes.
Super dungeon.
Yes, a dungeon.
Did we get anything from last time?
What are we up to, guys?
That's just a good point.
224.
Okay, that's what I got as well.
That is right. You didn't get XP last time because I had my
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, right.
I had my episode, so you get 2 XP for that as well.
Okay.
So
We're up to
126
26.
now.
Yes.
It's 126 now.
Okay.
All right, and on that note, I shall. I shall say I look forward to 1 week from now, and as I said, a much longer session, and hopefully we will have our listening audience with us for that. And see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.